welcome to my channel. In this video, I will share with you a very nice crochet model recipe that I prepared with spaghetti yarn and baby wool yarn. Look, such a fluffy three-dimensional work, like a chickpea sample, looks really nice and soft. I want to show it on the other side. You can use it on both sides. An example that can be used both ways. We can prepare many projects with this work. For example, you can use it for scarves, blankets, vests, cardigans, etc. We can also use it decoratively in many places. You can even use this model in bags. It will be very nice. Apart from this, you can use it in rug making and mat making. I think it will be great for runner work as well. It was a thick thread. Look, I prepared the spaghetti yarn with melody yarn using a thin yarn. Look, this is a batik yarn like this. Look, it's colorful. I want to show it on the other side like this. It turned out really nice with this yarn. It looks like it was knitted with needles. Look, it looks like a chickpea. I really like this image. It was a dimensional, textured work. I really enjoyed working. When you watch the recipe, you will see how simple it is. I try to share the detailed recipe with you. I hope it will be a useful content. Before moving on to our detailed recipe, I would like to make a small request from you. You can subscribe to our channel for free. I would be really happy if you like the video and leave your comments. Let's move on to our recipe. I will use the baby bowl yarn of spaghetti oil to describe our model to you. The texture looks like this closely. My crochet number will be 4 millimeters. You can determine your own crochet number according to the thinness and thickness of your own yarn, the frequency and looseness of your knitting. First, we start with the chain. After locking our first chain here, we pull our starting chains so that they are a little looser than the setting we knit. If you pull tight, this model will tighten. In fact, it is valid for all knits. Let's prepare our chains to be a little looser than the setting we knit. Now, since I will describe a small example here, this much chain is enough for me. I turn the reverse part of the chain, not the straight part. I use the dashed lines at the back. See? We will use these points. By the way, you can pull as many chains as you want, depending on the project you are going to do. Since we built the model first, we will not waste any time counting the chains. Pull your chains 15-20 centimeters too much. If you have any leftover chain, you can remove it by cutting or dismantling. Now we have pulled enough of our chain. And look here, we are turning our knitting full circle and leaving the last chain we pulled. We dipped into the back cut line of another chain and removed a loop. We have 2 loops. We fill them. I fill one single needle by passing them through both of them. I came into the same chain with the crochet hook and removed the stitch. You have 3 loops again. I fill it by collecting 3 of them at once. Single crochet. This is also called single crochet. I fill it and come to the same space again and remove the loop. I fill it and collect 3 of them at once. 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets. Then leave 1 or 2 chains in the row and sink into the back cut line of the 3rd chain and stitch. I take it out and fill it with 1 single crochet, now 2 single handrails, 1 and 2 in the same chain. Look, at this stage, if you think I knitted too fast, you can slow down the video, or, on the contrary, watch it by speeding it up. After the single handrail, we leave 1 or 2 chains again and insert the 3rd chain directly and fill it with a single crochet. After the single crochet, make 2 single crochets in the same chain. Look, we are using the same chain and knitting our single handrail. Leave 1-2 chains and create a single handrail on the 3rd chain. Single crochet, then the same chain, 2 single handrails, 1 and 2. Look, the model is just that. We will lengthen our knitting by constantly repeating the same process in this way. Now, when finishing, leave 1-2 chains and drop into the 3rd stitch and make a single crochet. Look, we will finish our row with single crochet. Now let's go up. I stretch the loop slightly. You can also draw a chain if you want. I do unchained turns. I stretch the loop slightly. I turn my knitting. And I sink into the first space that comes up and fill it with a single needle hook. 2 single handrails in the same single crochet. In other words, it is exactly the same process as we did in the first row. Single crochet and 2 single crochets. Now, when we look at the model here, we see 2 single handrail tops and 1 single crochet point. Look, the points where we will sink from now on are these frequent needle points. When we see the model, I do not touch the 2 single handrails. I dip the needle directly into the needle point and wrapped it around the needle. 2 single handrails in the same space. 1 and 2. Look, I'm skipping a couple of spaces here. I'm coming to the third one. The third one is the point where the single crochet is. I immediately fill 1 single crochet into the single crochet and put 2 single crochets in the same space. Look, we'll proceed like this. And 2 single crochets in the same space. Now we will finish it like here. What am I doing? 1, 2, third point. That is, I inserted the single crochet needle into the top of the single crochet and removed the loop and completed my row with the single crochet. Look, we finish our row with the single crochet. While we move to the new row again, we stretch the stitch slightly and turn our knitting. And we wrapped a single needle directly into the first space that came up, put 2 single handrails in the same space, look at 1 or 2 points and 3. So we will always use this point where the single crochet is, I fill in a single crochet, then I fill in 2 single crochets, 1, 2, third point, single crochets, I knit 2 single crochets in the same space, I don't tighten my hand too much. It is useful to leave it a little loose. This model will not be beautiful if it is too tight. Come to the needle and look. The last point is single crochet and 2 single crochets. And now the end of the row is the 1, 2, third point. Look, the point where the single crochet is looks like a spike. We sink to this point and complete our row with single crochet again. Look, we will finish our knitting like this. This is what the other side looks like. A really easy, enjoyable example. It is a very practical and fast-growing work. I hope it was useful. I wish good luck to those who will do it. Don't forget to like our video, leave a comment and subscribe to our channel. Goodbye until we see you in the next video.